the fact that we're able to do a show with 4 women and be somewhat well received, I think really speaks to the fact that our fan base really supports diversity and supports women in football. Hayden Hurst, the tight end. First of all, I like him because he's a ginger. Second of all, I like him because it's all about mental health. That's what every team needs, is a ginger and somebody who's all about mental health.
I loved everything Urban Meyer. It made me feel better about everything. I'm his biggest fangirl right now. I would give him a lap dance if I could.
Gives a new meaning to the term steak hooker, I guess. The what? Gives a new meaning to the term steak hooker. You never heard of a steak hooker?
Who they say gon' beat the Bengals? Who they say gon' beat the Bengals? Nobody!
Hooday, everybody. Welcome to Tigress Talk. We are the first and the only Bengals show created by women. My name is Jess, a.k.a. Hubei, and I am joined this week by, BB is here, and also Kayla, holding it down in Northern Kentucky, and Jerry of Cincinnati and living in Florida currently. Whitney may join us later. We're not sure yet. She's having a real busy day, but we will see if she will join us later. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thanks, everybody watching live. Thanks, everybody watching after the fact. If you found us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody watching live here. We've got Stranger 4420 says, Hooday, Stranger. How's it going? We've got Greg Luther. What's up, Greg? He says, Hooday, ladies, they got to play us. You got it, Greg. They absolutely do. Kelsey's here. She says, Hooday, ladies. Hooday, Kelsey. And Honey Badger Boomer says, sup, Honey Badger Boomer. That might be a first-time caller. I don't know that I've seen Honey Badger Boomer here before, so thanks, Honey Badger Boomer. Welcome. Mary Raps is here. She says, Hooday, ladies. Hooday, Mary. My unpaid intern is currently in my living room, says, Hooday, Cap. And Bengals Nation 09 is here, says, Hooday, ladies. I'm glad we finally exercised that demon. We've exercised the demons. Yes, we have, Bengals Nation 09. Thank you, guys, so much for that. Before we get into our regularly scheduled programming, I have a very special guest this week. And as you know, guests are not something we do a whole lot of around here. So when we get one, you know that it's a very special day. So a lot of you saw on Twitter when the Browns came to town on Sunday. I think it was a hard time for a lot of us. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past year, you are aware of the quarterback situation in Cleveland. It's been very disappointing for pretty much every woman I know. It's been especially disappointing for those of us who are survivors of violence. So it was something that I was really dreading. And our great friends at Birmingham, not only did they make great meat, they are great, fantastic people, had the idea to make it into a positive, donate money. He had the idea that every time we got a sack on defense, that we donated $10, and every time we got an interception, we donated $20. We all know there were 2 sacks and 1 interception for a grand total of $40. And I donated $40. A lot of people donated $40. Some people donated more. I encourage everybody to only donate what you can afford. It's the holidays, times are tough. But basically, and I'm going to try really hard not to get emotional, but this does make me very emotional. So I apologize in advance for that. But I thought maybe we'd raise a couple $100, for $40 here and there, maybe a couple $100. That'd be great. Come to find out, we raised almost $1,500 for Women Helping Women. And this is a charity that I actually found out about back before the season started. Orange Arrow does a fantasy league that is in order to get into the league, you make a donation to a charity of your choice. So I chose Women Helping Women back then. And I did a little bit of research on him back then. Come to find out, Jerry actually worked, your husband, right, worked with them when you guys lived in town. So it turns out it actually is a really fabulous organization. And we have the Director of Development here with us today, Caitlin Lanehart. I hope I'm saying your name right, but please correct me if I'm not. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the show.
Hey. Thank you guys for having me. Yeah, you said my name right. It's so nice to meet you. And yeah, you're good. My name is spelled crazy. It's no hard on you for having to do that. But no, thank you. Gosh, like you guys selecting us and even just amplifying what we do and using something that's really crappy to kind of amplify what good is happening and organizations that are doing something amazing for women. I can't thank you guys enough.
Tell us a little bit more about Women Helping Women and kind of what you guys do. I know you guys do a lot of different things. I was actually really blown away when I read all of the things that you guys do. But give us kind of like an overview of everything that you guys do there.
Yeah, I mean, I will briefly share. We are hitting our 50th anniversary next year, and we started out as an organization at UC campus here in Cincinnati. Some women who had had enough with just the things that have been normalized for a long time, and wanted to do something about it and be available to women who were in need, victims of sexual assault or domestic violence. And so back then in the 70s, they took turns on a cot and plugged a phone into the wall and wanted to just start. We started as a hotline, and then we opened up advocacy services. I mean, from day one, we've been trying to partner with law enforcement to, put things into place that make it more supportive for survivors going through really hard times. So today we're kind of two arms of service. We're intervention and prevention. So the intervention services, we serve victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. And then intervention, we're working in the schools, we're working in the bars, we're in restaurants and in companies, educating and preventing so that we're the future, state of our city that's just safer and domestic violence and sexual assault are not things that we face anymore in the future is what our goal is. So it's a huge thing to be a part of. Last year, we served 12,500 hotline calls alone in 1 year.
Wow.
Which we thought would be the peak. But unfortunately, this year we were at about 15,000 to date. So the issue has not calmed down, and people just don't realize that, I think if anything, I think people are getting braver and reaching out and making plans for safety and getting a new life and getting the help they need. And we're so happy to be that.
That's awesome. And I know that there was a graphic that was shared where you kind of broke down how the $1,500, I'm rounding up to $1,500, but you broke down kind of how that breaks down. Can you share a little bit about that?
I would love to. Yeah. So for your guys' donations, first of all, anyone who gave, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love how you took something that was really hard to handle and you just made it just to kick the issue in the teeth. And I loved what you guys did with that. So thank you. 41, your donations raised $1,463 just from that one initiative. And that supports alone 41 hotline calls. Also, sorry, my dog is just.
Oh, you just saw one of mine.
We love dogs here.
Yeah. So 41 hotline calls, 14 hospital accompaniments. So we have hospital advocates who go with them whenever they're, whatever issues they've experienced. And then we have 12 survivor financial aid. And what that looks like is different. A lot of survivors need something immediately in the situation. Maybe it's a ride to somewhere safe to stay for the night. Maybe it's, toiletries or diapers for their kids or formula for their baby. They're fleeing whatever situation they're in. So that helps 12 survivors. 6 restaurant and brewery trainings are included. So that's area, bars and restaurants stepping up to make things safer and recognize signs of unsafe situations and provide a way out. And 2 survivor support groups. All of that got supported by what you guys did. So.
Wow, that's really cool. I'm really, really proud of everybody that donated. So sorry, and thank you all.
We appreciate you guys. I mean, not enough people speak out about it and give that platform. And I believe that's what we're all, here to do is to use our platforms for the things we believe in. And you guys doing that you never know who's listening. And if there's a survivor who needs to call, our hotline is 24/7. This issue affects, if you haven't personally been affected, someone. The majority of our staff and team have their own stories. We come here and we work because we've experienced things ourselves or, it feels good to be doing something about it. And you guys, using your platform to let people know that we do this. And, if you guys read the article by our CEO, she shared that it wasn't even one suspension per survivor.
Right.
It was less than half, and that it just isn't getting taken seriously like it should. And we started 50 years ago. and we're still fighting this today. So it just goes to show there's a lot of work to be done. And the more we can have these conversations and get people on our side and talking about it and doing something about it, that's huge. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I know we avoided talking about it when it first happened just because it was so overwhelmingly disappointing. Just the way that it was handled by the league, the way that the contract worked out from the Browns organization, which has been reprehensible, honestly, to be completely honest, and just his complete lack of remorse, I guess, and the fact that he actually said the words "I stand on my innocence," just I feel like was just a real blow to women everywhere, survivors everywhere, and the way that the whole thing was handled was absolutely disgusting to me and almost everyone that I know. And I feel the worst, honestly, for women I know that are Browns fans because, what does that say about how their organization feels about them? And so, I could talk for hours about that, about how awful I think all of that is. I knew that Sunday was going to be a hard day for me. I knew there'd be signs. I knew there'd be jokes. Just to be really clear, I didn't find any of that funny. I know that there are a lot of women that didn't find any of that funny. So, maybe think about things a little bit before you, some things, I feel like I have a really good sense of humor, and I think some things just shouldn't be joked about. I mean, when you think about the fact that there are dozens and dozens of lives that are forever changed because of him in a bad way, and think about what that says to all the women in your life. So, again, I could go on for hours and hours about this, and I'm sorry this isn't my typical happy-go-lucky personality, but this is something that I have avoided up until now, and I hope we don't have to talk about this ever again. But I think as long as he is on that team and as long as he comes to my city, I'm going to be doing this every year. I honestly hope he gets run out of town. I kind of hope that he would never play, but
That's right.
Here we are. And I think that we will try and just make the best out of this as for as long as we can. So.
Yeah, and that's really what Women Helping Women is here to do. It's not an easy issue to talk about. When I sit across from people and discuss what we do, I know it's a hard topic. I know it's not as easy as talking about maybe kids in summer camp or some of the other nonprofits in town. But what I can say is that there's so much hope in the work we're doing. I mean, we have stories of survivors recently. I mean, there was one recently of a survivor, like in the last few months, that was getting out of an unhealthy situation, and we were able to help her like take those steps toward a new life, recovery, like stability, and just like a whole new world of wellness she hadn't been experiencing. And every survivor's got their own path, but gosh, to be a part of those next steps and that healing, for some people, healing looks like partnering with us. So anybody listening, like, I mean, if you have your own story or things that you've faced, like that doesn't have to be something in the past. It doesn't have to be something that owns your life either. You can do something about it, and you can turn that into some way that you help others and stand up for things. I mean, you doing what you guys are doing right now is so powerful. Like, I love how you said you're like, this isn't my normal thing. I'm usually really happy. That's me too. Yeah. Like, I'm always the bubbly one, but when I get talking about this stuff, it hits a chord. I get angry. This is nothing to be light about. We've got to be serious and dig in and stand up against it. And you guys are doing that and setting such a good, powerful example as women and helping stand up for other women. So thank you. And other women out there, if you have a story or you need support, please, please, please reach out to Women Helping Women. We will help you navigate whatever you are going through, whatever you're experiencing. It is not your fault. We believe you and we stand with you.
Whew. All right. Well, thank you so much, Caitlin. Thanks so much for coming on. And we really appreciate the work that you're doing. And thanks again to everybody who's donated. So maybe we'll make this a yearly thing, and you guys can come on every year. And maybe every year we'll raise more and more money. So
I love that. Hooday.
Hooday. Thanks, Caitlin.
Hooday. Thank you.
Whoo. All right. Oh man, yeah, it's a really hard topic, but it's important. So, moving on. So, game on Sunday. I thought it started a little slow. I kind of felt like I don't know if when watching the game live, I kind of felt like Joe Burrow was off. Looking back at things that people have posted since then, I sort of felt like maybe it was just the chemistry of the receivers at first. He didn't complete a whole lot of passes that first drive. We didn't score any in the first quarter, but then he had that amazing catch to Chase on their first drive in the second quarter for the 15-yard touchdown, which was amazing. And then Samaje Perine doing Samaje Perine things, continuing his hot streak with a 6-yard touchdown just before the half. And then the flea flicker. I mean, can we talk about the flea flicker? I mean, were you guys screaming? I was literally screaming. Jared, I want to know, were you screaming during the flea flicker?
So Brian went downstairs with the baby for a second because I was upstairs, and I just was screaming, flea flicker, flea flicker, flea flicker, like a million times. And he's like, I guess there was a flea flicker. It's like, and it worked, and it was beautiful. And
wait, you were screaming that before?
Well, no, like as it was happening.
After.
Like I was just screaming it, and then I was still screaming it after we got the touchdown. And
I thought you were about to tell me that you called that, and I was like, you really did go to the great beyond to be able to call that on that play.
I was like stunned while it was happening. Like I was watching, I was like, am I seeing this? Is this? Yeah.
Well, it was down. Beautiful. It was down in the north end zone, so it was on the opposite end zone of me. So I was literally like trying to figure out what's happening. Like the thing is I love it when plays are down in my end zone, but when they're on the other end zone, I usually rely on like the video board and like it's hard to see exactly what's happening in the moment when they're down at the other end zone. But Charlotte, the cheerleading coach, was walking down, and I was like, Charlotte. She's like, she starts freaking out. Like once they hit it, she starts freaking out. I was like, Charlotte, flea flicker. And she was like, oh. Like we were freaking out. It was incredible. So yeah, I think that was probably the highlight of the game for me. That plus winning. But yeah, that was insane. And I think honestly, the coaching staff, especially Zach, deserves a lot of credit for that because that was insane. And it was perfectly executed too. And the timing was perfect. Yes. I mean, everything about it was, it could not have been better. It was amazing. And then the Bengals held Nick Chubb to 34 yards total. I mean, can we talk about DJ Reader? Like,
all day, yes.
I mean,
like, how scary is he for other teams? Because not only did he hold Chubb to 34 yards, but didn't he hold Derrick Henry to 38 yards? I think it was.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and I feel like I read a stat the other day, and I can't remember, but I think when he is on the field, our run defense is like number 2 in the league or something. He holds running backs to like 1 yard per carry or something crazy I don't remember what. I'm completely misquoting that, but I read something about that where when he is on the field, we are like the number 2 run defense in the league. And when he's not on the field, we are like the number 24 run defense in the league. Like the drop off is insane. And it's just, he's such a special player. It's crazy.
He makes everybody else better that plays around him because he's doing so much. He just makes everyone else, so good.
Yeah.
So glad he's back.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I'm sorry, I'm totally neglecting the chat here. Bengals Nation 09 says, I saw Jess and Cap on TV several times. Sorry, I wasn't fast enough to take a pic. That's okay. We got a few. Greg says, most perfect flea flicker I've ever seen. Yeah, I can't say enough about that flea flicker. It was just crazy. But Kelsey said, I loved Irwin's little Irish dance after the flea flicker. Yeah, I missed that live. I totally did not see that live. I saw that like after the replay, and I feel like I need to know more about this.
It doesn't surprise me with him being a child star. I feel like he could probably tap dance next time, which I would 100%. Be for.
What if he starts clogging when he gets out there and just starts clogging? Like, I would die. Maddie says one of the best.
I immediately was like, we have to add the Irish dancing to the Hallmark movie that I want him to star in.
Perfect. Yep. Noted. I hope you're writing this down. Jeff's here. What's up, Jeff? He says, "What's up, ladies? What's up, Jeff?" Reader is Burrow on defense. Greg says, "Yes, I think you're right. Honestly, like if I could only build one statue, I might build a DJ Reader statue. I'm not gonna lie." Pam says, "Good evening, ladies. Hi, Mama Pam. I don't know where you are. She ain't here." Bengals Nation 09 says, "Holding Chubb to 6 yards and a half was unheard of." Yeah, crazy. And then Trey Hendrickson is a trooper playing through the second half with a broken wrist. He is one tough dude praying for a speedy recovery. Yes, we are. Jeff says, "Can't wait till Tampa. It's Tampa time." I've been saying it's Tampa time all day today because I had like the worst day ever at work. It's Tampa time. Greg says, "Ready for Luther Vision when you all are." Okay, Greg, you ready? I can't pose. I think we learned that last week that I really should not pose. So I'm just going to pretend like I'm talking to Kayla and be kind of, not looking at the camera so that I don't look crazy. And okay, Greg, I hope you got some good photos.
We do need
Rob
to add,
says river dance. That'd be incredible.
Sounds like it's taking pictures.
Oh yeah, I know. We got a lot of work to do. We got some upgrades. Yeah, and DJ's happy. He's got his jacket back. I don't know if you guys saw Yaz's video today, but we actually, and I totally forgot to talk about this last week because my intern was missing last week. So he was not there to remind me of all the things that I was supposed to talk about. But we actually went bowling with the defensive line as part of the Free Store Food Bank fundraiser that we did. It was a live auction that we won. It was supposed to be bocce ball, and somehow it turned into bowling. But it was great because I've literally never played bocce ball. And not to brag, but I'm pretty good at granny bowling. I obviously can't stick my fingers in the holes because of my nails, but I was pretty good at the granny bowling. And when the night was over, it was a wonderful evening. When the night was over, we found a jacket sitting there that did not belong to any of us, and it turns out it was DJ Reader's, and we gave it back to him on Sunday. Which was like a really funny, awkward thing because we're literally like, DJ, holding the jacket up like, "Is this yours, DJ?" Like we thought it was DJ's. Yes, thought it was DJ's. I kind of thought it was Sam's, but I don't know why I thought that. But maybe because I think that DJ Reader is like
gonna give it back,
like a huge human. What'd you say?
So you thought it was Sam's and you were gonna give it back? You were gonna bring it to Tampa?
That's the last thing I need is for them to be like, "Well, Cap and Jess were okay until they kept my jacket." But yeah, I didn't know who it was, to be honest with you. I thought it was either DJ's or Sam's based on where it was like where they were sitting. And anyway, DJ was like, and he told his coach to come get it from us.
That's amazing.
So we gave DJ his coat back before the game. But let's see, what else? They also kept their streak alive of not allowing a 300-yard passer with Watson finishing at 276 yards and 78 of those coming with the game already out of hand late in the third quarter. And did you guys know that they put Jacoby Brissett in there for like one play? Because I totally missed that until they talked about it.
We booed every time, so I'm sorry, Jacoby. Usually I swing defense, but I booed at him. I booed that man.
Boo this man. Yeah.
You guys were loud. Like you could audibly hear the boos every time.
And could you hear no means no?
Yeah. Did you hear the chant?
I didn't hear that.
Okay.
But I heard the boos, and just on every third down, it was just so loud. I was so proud of everybody. Like the jungle is scary for these teams now, and I love that.
Yeah. On that note, I feel like I need to clear the air about something that happened at the game. So on the first defensive drive, we're standing up like we always do, and I feel this tap on my back, and I'm thinking I dropped something, right? So I turn around, and there's this lady sitting there with this really evil look on her face, and she's like, "You need to sit down. I can't see." And I was so taken aback that I was a little ruder than I probably should have been. I think my exact words were, "We stand up on defense, get over it." And I felt really bad afterwards about saying that. So I'm sure you're not listening to this, but if you are, I'm sorry I was rude to you, but also I stand by what I said. And then she said something to her husband like, "So much for good seats." And if you look at every picture and every video clip and everything, you see two very angry people sitting behind us the entire time. I don't think they stood up once. And, I have mixed feelings on this because on the one hand, I want to be accommodating to everybody. But on the other hand, I don't know who you are. You just showed up here, and this is my seat that I sit in. This is my seat. I own it, and I am going to stand up or sit in it on offense. But on defense, I'm going to stand up and yell. So I don't make any apologies about that. But I am sorry that I was rude to you. I immediately freaked out and texted my friend Lexi, who is the security guard, and told her exactly what happened, just in case this lady reported me for being rude to her. Knowing full well that nothing was going to happen to me. But, I didn't curse at her. I didn't touch her, even though she did touch me. But anyway, that was a really long tangent about that. But anyway, I'm glad we were loud, and I'm glad you could hear us, Jerry.
The first game of the year, everybody was standing the entire time. I was 8 months pregnant. I still stood pretty much the entire time. I only sat down like in between when there was like a commercial break. Yeah. I understand some people can't stand up. That's different. She could have been like, "Hi, I have like, an issue or a health issue that I can't stand up. Would it be okay if you would sit down?" But like, there's a way to handle that. But yeah, like everybody was standing up the entire time for the first game, including me, and I was 8 months pregnant, and my feet were like 4 times the size.
Yeah. Honestly, like it's hard. It's hard. But I kind of feel like if you've got some reason why you can't stand up, like maybe you should have a different seat. And I don't know. I try to be respectful. And Cap says you weren't even that rude. You were caught off guard. I was caught off guard. Like I really don't like being touched by strangers. And if you're tapping me on the shoulder, I think something bad is happening. And then when you hit me with that, I was totally caught off guard. So anyway, Brianna says, I sit in 158 too, and it feels like most of our section stands the entire time. Yes, except for row 3 on Sunday. They were not.
Most of the lower bowl stands up the whole time.
I feel like we always do. Like it's just a thing. Like it's not a problem. And if people are standing on offense, then I will continue to stand and shush people. But I'm shushing them whether I'm sitting or standing. But good night, Jeff. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. And then, oh my God, Santa came down. I almost punched Santa, y'all. I've never come so close to punching a Santa in my life. Santa. So we start on offense, right? Okay, and things are not going great, right? Okay, this is like 2 or 3. Not 2 or 3, because I think, didn't we go 3 and out the first drive? So this is like maybe 1.5 drives into the first drive. And Santa walks down the stairs going, ho, 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 ho. And I was like, shut up, Santa. I was so pissed at Santa. So Santa,
don't put defense, on buddy. Santa.
Defense and be on time. Where were you? Like the game has started. Like, what are you doing? Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, Kevin. Thanks for being here, Kevin. Oh yes, he did sit on a throne of lies. I watched Elf last night, also, by the way. Okay, well. I think that's all I really got to say about the game. Anybody else have anything about the game before we get into our bombshell breakdown?
I did wish that whatever we were going to do with Jamar Chase throwing the ball, whatever that was going to end up being, I wish that would have worked. I would have liked to see it. I wasn't mad that we tried it, but I wish I knew where that was going, or it would have worked, because then it would have been 2 really fun things to talk about on offense.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't remember what happened. Did that get like blown up?
Yeah. He
Is
got,
that
like,
what happened?
tackled for a loss, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I can't remember what happened on that.
I feel like everybody on the field was like laughing at that point because it was so colossally just bad.
I was like, okay, flea flicker, good. Whatever that was, bad.
Yeah. But we were up by, I think we were up by like 13 points at that point. Like we were from the game. So,
I also drank a little bit more than usual.
Yeah.
Like I usually will drink like two drinks at the tailgate and then like 1 drink when I get inside. And I think I drank 3 drinks at the tailgate and 1 drink when I got inside. So it was a little more forgetful than usual. I had to go back and watch a little more film than I usually do. But all right, well, let's get into and I have not watched this yet, so I have no idea what this is. So I apologize to our friend Kayla Caskey, but let's get into the bombshell breakdown.
Hey y'all, this is Kayla Caskey back with this week's edition of the Bombshell Breakdown, and today we're going to look at 2 plays, a run play, and then pretty much how they set up the flea flicker play. The run play and the flea flicker play are pretty much the same play. And say flea flicker about 5 times straight and you'll be tongue-tied too. So what do these coaches like really do all week long? Coaches work these long hours. They're looking at film. And what they saw is when there's a run play, how the safety bites. But the safety doesn't bite until the ball's been handed off. So I'm going to show you that in the first play, and we'll look how it goes into the second play. Okay, y'all, so let's look at this play right here. This is Trent down here. Joe's going to be up here running the ball, and then this is safety. So as soon as this ball is handed off, this safety's going to bite up, and Trent's going to come in and kind of block in a way for the run if it ever got past the line here. So let's watch it. I'm watching this guy, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to be doing here. They're talking. Okay, so see how he was just kind of hanging out. He was just kind of hanging out, waiting. And as soon as he sees the ball get handed off, he bites in. Okay, let's go back and look at Trent here and watch how he's kind of blocking. So see how he's kind of up in here, supposed to be kind of blocking if the run got that far. So that's what the Browns think is coming. Okay, we're going to skip this end zone play here, and we're going to go to the flea flicker now. All right, so this is the flea flicker. Set it up here. The same exact setup, just the screen's a little flipped. So this is Joe, this is Trent here, and this is our safety we're going to be watching. Okay, so again, this is a safety. He's waiting for the ball to see if it's handed off, if he's going to bite in or stay back. Okay, it was just handed off. Now watch him zoom up, and instead of Trent coming in a block, he's going to kind of fake him out and go down the field. Okay, so this is Joe here. He's fixing to flick it back, but this guy's biting in. Okay, so now, whoop, this guy's like, wait, what happened here? And then, boom, there's nobody to cover Trent down the field. Okay, y'all, so that just goes to show you what good coaches can do and a little bit of film study to figure out what the defense is doing and how you could put your strengths against their weaknesses or just kind of trick them a little bit. Okay, y'all, this has been Kayla Caskey with this week's edition of the Bombshell Breakdown.
All right. As always, that was the lovely Kayla Caskey, wife to former Bengals coach Kyle Caskey. And Kyle is currently doing a lot of really cool stuff on YouTube. Make sure you check out Caskey's Clicker on YouTube. Give them a like and a subscribe. He breaks down a lot of film and talks about a lot of really, really cool concepts. So make sure you guys check them out. And thank you so much for that, Kayla. We appreciate you. Well, Whitney's not here to do any game balls, so let's get into some viewer questions. All right. Our first non-question comes from Mary Ravs, who says, no question this week. Just wanted to wish all safe travels down to Tampa for the game and a joyous reunion for the ladies of Tigress Talk. bring home the win. Thank you so much, Mary, and thank you so much for always sending great questions, and we appreciate your support. Christian has his serious question and his fun question. He says, serious question, if Hendrickson can't go in the next few weeks, who steps up in his spot at defensive end? I would say Cam Sample gets the majority of the snaps, just a hunch. Oh, what do you guys think? I'm thinking Joseph Osai, maybe?
I was going to say, but I know
Maybe.
he's dealing with an injury.
Yeah, he's a little banged up. I think he had like a shoulder or something, right? But I think he's really been pretty awesome.
And how
But-
wonderful would it be for that to bookend that preseason game when he's back with
I was
Tom
about to say
Brady?
that.
And then, I mean, it would be such a fun story for the week. I'm trying to manifest it, but
Oh my gosh,
Oh, it's gonna
Kayla.
happen.
I wish I had like the mind blown emoji over my head right now. That would be the best thing ever because they all were like trolling him about how it didn't count because it was practice and whatever. Like, gosh, that would be so amazing if he got a real one. I'd be like, that wasn't practice,
yep, he's got the opportunity.
That would be awesome. Yeah. And honestly, Cam Sample, he's had some good flashes too. I think, honestly, we are so blessed with this talent that we have on this line. So I am obviously Trey is, gosh, he is a special guy. He is pretty much irreplaceable, but I think that there are some guys that can step in. I mean, we said the same thing about DJ Reader. Remember when DJ Reader went out and we were all very worried and upset, and the guys stepped up and they got some wins. And so that'll be interesting to see for sure. But oh my God, I hope Joseph Osai sacks Tom Brady on Sunday. That would be amazing. Okay, and then he says, fun question. Aside from the game, what are you most looking forward to this weekend down in Tampa?
Mine's just being with you girls. That's what I'm the most excited. I don't care what we do or what we get into as long as I'm with my friends. So
yeah. Oh, I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, I'm really excited to see you guys. I miss you, Jerry and Whitney. I guess Jerry, I haven't seen you in forever. I at least got to see Whitney down in New Orleans. So,
I haven't seen you guys since September.
Yeah, Honey Badger Boomer, 19. God, I can't even read numbers. 19 watching and only 6 thumbs up. Come on, Houday.
first time caller, but he is calling
You
everyone.
tell him, Honey Bad. Tell him all to subscribe too. Come on, guys. Cap says, I can't wait for the gas can to the face. To the face. Yeah,
So
Cap. I
what
bought
is
our
the gas
tickets
can?
to the Bengal trailer today. You're welcome. Apparently, you have to have tickets for every tailgate. I bought a lot of tickets to tailgates. Kate
What
says,
is a gas can?
what is a gas can? Maybe Jerry needs to do a gas can. Next time you're in Cincinnati, Jerry, you're doing a gas can. You're going to find out. You're going to find out what a gas can is. A gas can. I feel like Cap should be explaining this, or Rick, or somebody from Bengal Trailer. So gas can to the face is a Bengal Trailer thing. Bengal Trailer is a group of insane gentlemen who are probably the most fun people I've been around in a really long time. They know how to party, and they drive their bus and trailer to every away game. I think they missed a few in the beginning of the season, but they were at, I think, every away game last year, and they have been to I think New Orleans was their first game back this year, but they bring their entire setup to the away games, which in and of itself is just incredible that they drive a bus all the way across the country. And the gas can to the face is kind of exactly what it sounds like. They fill up like a gasoline can, like the kind that you would use like if your car broke down on the side of the road, or like to fill up your lawnmower or whatever, the red one with the yellow nozzle or whatever. They put like a concoction of alcohol in there, and then someone stands in an elevated position and dumps it into your face.
Oh my.
So I do not participate in this tradition. I respectfully decline. But that I don't take shots. I don't do gas cans to the face. I don't bong beers. I just don't. I choose not to participate in that particular brand of fun. But here's the kicker. The Bengals have not lost when Cap has done a gas can to the face. It started in New Orleans, and I think we all know where it's gone from there. We didn't go to Cleveland. I acknowledge now that loss is our fault. I mean, it just is. I wasn't there. I wasn't wearing my blindside crop top. Cap wasn't there. Cap didn't do a gas can. I mean, so there you have it. So that's what Cap's most looking forward to. I'm really excited for our date on Friday night. I am excited to see you guys. There's a big party on Saturday night, 7th and Grove. They call it a day party, but it's from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I think for most people, that's considered like a night party. But the comedian Gary Owen is going to be there. And so I'm really excited about that. Joey Cook is putting that event on, and Sarah Lease is going to be there, and it's going to be a really good time. So I'm looking forward to all of it. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, Christine's here. Hi, Christine. Where's my button? Christine says, I'm late, but I'm here. I'm so excited for all of you to be together in Tampa. Christine, I wish you were coming with us. That would make it perfect. I wish everyone was coming with us, but Oh, wait, I don't get this comment. Kate, wow, I missed a lot of chat. I'm really sorry. Kate says, is it horrible to say that I'm just tired of Tom Brady? He's the GOAT, but sheesh, I'm over his Dorian Gray act. That's a smart joke. I don't know if you guys all know who Dorian Gray is. Yeah. But, that's a smart joke, Kate. I like that joke. And then, wait, where was the response? Stranger says, Kate, he's starting to look like he glimpsed his painting. Oh man, we got some smart people up in our chat. We got some well-read folks up in here, y'all. And Christine says, no shots when I'm not there. It's okay. I understand. Yes, Christine is the only person that can get me to do a shot. And that's just because I can't say no to her, because she's just so sweet and is like, I got this for you. It tastes like Gatorade. And I'm like, 5 shots later, I'm like, this is a bad idea. No, real talk. When I know that I'm going to be hanging out with Christine, the only thing I will order from the bar is a water. Dead serious. That's the only thing I can drink when I go out with Christine. We must continue the Bengals clothing streak. Yes, there are several of us that have lucky streaks with Bengals not even Bengals clothing, just clothing in general. Sarah Lease has her boots. I've got my blindside crop tops. Christine's got her T. Higgins jersey, I believe it is. And I think the luck is like cumulative. So it's like everybody's luck just keeps building. And Jerry, I feel like you're the resident expert on superstitions, but I think even you would agree that is that's the case, right? Like you don't stop. You don't.
Archer's been in the same onesie, and I'm like, you can't puke on this onesie. You can't poop on this onesie. We got to make it through the whole game. Brian tried to change his onesie like halfway through the game, and I'm like,
why would he do such a thing?
he said he spit up. He did not spit up.
It's fine. You gotta have wipe it up a little.
Yeah, lots of burp rags ready. You gotta have.
Fine. Put a bib on him. It's fine. It's fine. Bengals Nation 09 says, do you think Tom and Joe will trade jerseys after the game to signify the passing of the torch? I don't know. That'd be interesting.
I don't think the press conference today.
No, I haven't heard anything today. I've been stuck at work all day.
So they asked Joe if he was like a jersey trader guy or swap, and he said no, not really. He wasn't into that. And then they said, so I guess it's safe to say you won't be asking for his autograph. And he was like, yeah, I don't see me doing that. But the funny thing was, my boss sent me the video of the 49ers doing that.
Yes.
And the first thing I said was, Joe Burrow would never.
Yes.
Would never.
That's hilarious. That's very funny.
I knew it. I know my quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, he's Joe Cool, man.
But he's not going to
get starstruck. He's not going to be asking for autographs. He's I think honestly, I feel like I don't know that situation like intimately, but I feel like a lot of these times these guys do that because it's like they played together in college or they just really like each other. It's not that they're like enamored by this player, you know what I mean? So I feel like I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. But Dalton says we did run into 2 Bengals fans at my son's last basketball game. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Dalton way out there in the Pacific Northwest. That's really awesome. Dalton says, I asked Santa for an orange Jesse Bates III jersey. Aw, I hope you were a good boy, Dalton, and Santa grants your wish. Brian says, Tom better be ready to sign that game ball that CTB picks off. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. He played. We didn't talk about him, but he had some big plays. He had some not so good plays, but I think, you know what? I really feel like he is like learning on the fly, and I think he's getting better and better every week. And I think he even got better from the end of the game, from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. I feel like he got better because I feel like they were kind of picking on him at first, and it kind of worked a little bit. And then at the end, they tried to go back to that, and then it wasn't working so good at that point. So, maybe that's Lou's halftime adjustments. Maybe that's just him kind of evolving and growing. But yeah, we didn't really talk about him, but he's playing really well too. I've gone completely off the rails. I forgot we were even doing questions. I'm so sorry. Greg Luther says, if I were to tell you all that the Browns were only going to have 6 yards rushing in the second half, what would you all have said? And Greg, I think I answered this on Twitter. I think I said, duh, DJ Reader, with like the smoke emoji. I really like that emoji with like the smoke coming out of the nostrils. I feel like it's really like tough, That's like my tough emoji. I don't. Did you guys expect that? I honestly thought that they might have more than that, more than 6. But
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised to hear that. I mean, I know we had a pretty significant lead for like most of the second half, but I don't know. It felt like I was still stressed about it the whole game, a little bit, their running game.
Yeah.
See, I was pretty confident because after what we did to Derrick Henry, and that was like the second time we've done that to Derrick Henry, who is like arguably one of the best running backs in the league. So, and so is Chubb. But I wasn't once I saw what we did to Derrick Henry again this year, I wasn't as worried about Chubb.
Yeah. Brian says, I lost money on the Browns rushing numbers on Prize Picks. Bums. Brian, I'm disappointed in you for making that bet. But there was a Browns fan in the front row that was sitting kind of right kind of by us, and he said he had a sign that said "Feed Chubb, get the dub." So I laughed a lot about that. I didn't say anything to him. I'm not the type to talk trash. I don't believe in talking to strangers. Saying mean things. I might say nice things to strangers, but like I'm not going to say mean things to strangers. But I really wanted to be like, "What's your size say?" At the end, I really wanted to be like, "What's your size say?" I knew it. What happened? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for those questions. I think we do have some conspiracy theories this week. So let's get into the B files here. All right. Greg Luther says, Jerry, is your baby chosen Lucky Charm since he is 4-0 since he was born?
Absolutely he is. He is, after all, Super Bowl baby, and his due date was the Sunday of our bye week. He didn't quite make it to that, but I don't think it's a coincidence that we are 4-0 since he has been born.
100%.
He's his mother's son.
And 100%. He watches with you. That picture that you posted, and he's looking so lovingly at Joe. I'm like, yeah, me too. I was so impressed.
Yeah.
So, every time that I change his diaper too, I sing the song that we sing whenever we score a touchdown for the Bengals growling. Every single time. So that's gonna be like his favorite song of all time, obviously.
I did that too, and Ivy sings it all the time now.
I was gonna say, I feel like Kayla could write the book on raising a Bengal baby because Ivy's little
Yes.
hooday, nobody is like the cutest thing I've ever seen, and my heart explodes every time I see that.
Oh, I love her so much. She is just an icon in herself. I love it.
Yes.
She is.
You guys are raising some great future Bengals fans right there. That's awesome. And then our friend Matt Bengals and Bourbon says the Chilligate continues, and Sarah Lisa's boots are Sarah Lisa's boots magical at this point? Yes, I think her boots are magic, and also Chilligate. Did they say something? I missed. I must have missed that. I didn't see where the Browns had said anything about, or any of the players had said anything about Chili. Did that happen, or is it just kind of an assumed
I think it was
thing
the
at this point?
fans.
Oh,
I
did the
saw a
fans
couple
say something?
graphics of like the chili, like them saying something about the chili, but I think that's what it was.
Gotcha. Because
But
I feel like usually that's like widely shared, and I didn't see anything that was shared, but maybe I missed it.
Have we seen
Did you see anything, Kayla?
Tampa? Like anyone
What?
trashing? Has any of the Tampa players been trashing our chili?
I don't know. Maybe we should make some burners real quick and ask them what they think about it. I really just feel like
because we have a Skyline here.
That's
We
true.
have a Skyline Chili, and we have a Cincinnati Chili Company. There is a big like former Cincinnati population down here. But I also haven't heard much of anything from any Tampa fans in general. So they're in a tough place right now.
They are sad fans right now. Oh, Brian, I'm sorry. I didn't see your response. He said, my brothers actually say my support is a jinx in sports, so it was really a chess move. Okay, Brian, whatever you're doing, it's working. I'm sorry you lost money. We'll leave it at that. But Rob says, Jerry's baby is a real fan as it gets, born on a bye, so mama didn't have to miss the game. Beat that, everybody.
Respectful.
Oh, yes. That was very considerate of him to be born on the bye.
No, you already knew.
Oh, do you guys have any conspiracy theories at this point? I don't know that I do. I'm still not straying from my blindside crop tops. They are still undefeated, and I'm just gonna ride that into the ground all the way to the Super Bowl. Let's do it.
Caleb floated one.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you guys think we broke the Titans? Because I feel like we broke the Titans again.
Yeah, the Titans remember us. Ha!
Exactly. And they did the Remember the Titans dance for one of the touchdowns earlier in the season, so I feel like we were just foreshadowing that we were going to ruin the rest of their season.
That's good.
Wow. What was yours, Kayla?
Well, I just was going to mention that Caleb floated the conspiracy theory that maybe Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson are in cahoots, and Russell got paid really big and is now tanking to get the Seahawks picks, so it would be mutually beneficial. I think this is outlandish, and I don't think Russell Wilson would play himself out of potentially the Hall of Fame or, like this has big consequences, but that's a theory that my husband put out there.
Wow. What was the quarterback that changed teams and did really well? Was it Tom Brady? Yeah, Tom Brady. I think he's really the only one, right, who's successfully changed teams and been successful, right? To the point of winning a Super Bowl, right?
I guess Matt Stafford.
Oh, Drew Brees. Yeah, Drew Brees. Matt Stafford. That's what it was. That's what they were talking about at the beginning of the year. And I just remember laughing, thinking that didn't work at all. You thought that was gonna work. It did not. Oh yeah, Manning in Denver. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That division was supposed to be so scary, and it's kind of been the Chiefs.
That's right.
They spent all that money to try to match Chiefs, and it's not really worked out for them. They should have just been the Cincinnati Bengals, and they could have beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about Peyton Manning. Yeah, the internet put it out there. I just found it plausible. Okay, Caleb, thank you for clarifying that.
Sorry.
Hey, I don't think anything's completely out of reach. I really feel like life is a lot crazier than any of us know. Rob says conspiracy theory. East Coasters like us New Yorkers cannot have Skyline chili out here, so it's not fair. Rob, I don't think that you cannot. I think that they just don't. I think it's probably sold in your grocery store, I assume, or you can order it online. But let's see. I think that was all the conspiracy theories, unless anybody has any other ones in the chat, or unless you guys have any other ones. Oops. Well, there goes my hat. So I guess we're done. We need to do a thing like take a shot every time I hit my microphone on accident. Okay. Well, let's get into some We Need to Talk. All right, We Need to Talk is brought to you by Birmingham Meadery. I am currently drinking Golden Tears honey mead. This one is a little bitter, but it's still really good. I don't think I would like it if it was not so like honey and delicious. But what kind are you drinking, Jerry? Are you drinking some mead?
I don't remember which one it is. It's a darker one. That's all I know.
It doesn't matter. They're all delicious. Code Tigress gets 15% off 2 or more bottles. So make sure you guys are checking them out. So, ladies, what do we need to talk about this week?
Did you guys realize we haven't had a defensive touchdown yet all year? With how crazy good our defense is playing? That was shocking to me.
Actually, I did know that because I have Bengals defense on my fantasy team. And as far as fantasy points are concerned, it's not been great. Don't get me wrong. I could not be happier with the way our defense is playing. They have not scored me a lot of fantasy points. I am not going to the playoffs. So I probably did know that somewhere deep down inside, but I feel like there's a lot of batted balls. A lot of batted balls on our defense and not a lot of, the other team has been getting very lucky on batted balls because we are batting them down and then not catching them. So I think that it's just the luck is going to run out at some point. I think our defense is playing well enough to have defensive touchdowns. But you know what's weird is that I predicted at the beginning of the year that DJ Reader was going to have a pick six, and we all laughed about it. I laughed about it. I still think it could happen. But anyway, I told DJ this when I saw him at the bowling alley, and I said, I just want you to know that I predicted at the beginning of this year that you were going to have pick six. So I need you to make me correct and get a pick six. And he looked at me and he said, you know what? My aunt called me today and said that she had a dream that I had a pick six. And I said, DJ, I'm telling you right now, if you get a pick six into that south end zone, I might jump on the field. Like I might leap off the field or leap onto the field out of the stands, break both my legs. If you have a pick six after I predicted it and your aunt had a dream about it. So anyway.
Oh my God.
How amazing would that be?
He was like, it just hits my arm so hard though. Oh, he's a funny dude. But anyway, so yeah, that's it's a little mind blowing, but I think they'll get one. I do.
Yeah, I think so too. Mm-hmm. We just need to will it into existence. Like we have so many things since we've been on our hot streak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Agreed. I need everyone to think really hard about a DJ Reader pick six this week. Well, I feel like we need to talk about Pro Bowl voting because there has been kind of a push, but I think they said Joe Burrow is only like the sixth most voted quarterback, and that needs to change. So everybody make sure you are voting for these guys for the Pro Bowl. The Bengals will tweet out stuff that's really easy to retweet. Every retweet counts as a vote. You can throw a tweet out there. I've seen Yaz do it before where you just do Pro Bowl vote, hashtag Pro Bowl vote, and then the player's name, Pro Bowl vote. That's hard for me to say. And then, it counts as a vote. And then also you can go on the website and click through everybody. This fan is blowing my hair weird. So make sure we're voting for our guys in the Pro Bowl. We're not going to be there. We're going to be at the Super Bowl. So it doesn't matter. But these guys deserve to be in the Pro Bowl, especially guys like DJ Reader who aren't getting the big stat lines and but they're just quietly like the best in the league at what they do. So, yeah. Christine says, I'll tweet DJ Reader pick this week to speak in existence for you, Jess. Okay, Christine, let's all do that. Jerry, do you have anything you need to talk about this week?
Yeah, so we need to talk about, I saw a tweet that said, unpopular opinion, Joe Burrow is cringe. And it was after Joe was on the Manning cast on Monday. And it came when they were trying to get him to say stuff kind of like about, not so much his personal life, but it was about the girl that had the hilarious wisdom teeth video, which that would 100% would have been me. And like, I don't know if you guys have seen like other interviews with Joe, but Joe does not like to talk about anything about like his popularity or his personal life. I think that's just the person he is. And I don't think that's cringe because it was like really awkward. I felt like it was a little more awkward on the Mannings. They're always awkward whenever they're interviewing, which is one of the reasons why I love it. Because I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not as bad on here as I thought I am because
you are wonderful.
Like
Stop it. No,
like
you know what's funny? I think that's part of their appeal, though. I think that's why people like that. Like, I love watching them because I think they're just like, I really love how they kind of troll each other. Because like, if I had a show with my sisters, we'd be the same way. Like, we would just make fun of each other the whole time. But I feel like when they get like celebrities on there, and I feel like a lot of the celebrities can be a little awkward, especially the players. Like some of the players, I'm kind of like, what? But I thought Joe Burrow did a great job on that interview. I mean, they weren't really giving him a lot to work with.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if he'd seen that video or not, but it's kind of and then they played the weird like that video was a lot longer, right? Like they only played like
it was completely out of context too.
Yeah, they played like the one part where she was like, it's not even about looks, and he was like, well, I think they're calling me ugly or whatever, and it's like it was a little weird. I was glad he was on there. I thought that was a cool guest to have on there. Yeah. And I really loved the part where he was, where they showed him and Mac Jones next to each other, which was just really unfair for Mac Jones. We've got like dad bod, not even a dad yet, next to like one of the most beautiful humans that's ever graced the face of this earth. Like, really? You're going to show that man with no shirt on? He should like, yeah. So I thought that was pretty messed up, but also really funny.
Very funny, yeah.
You know for a fact they're going to show that graphic again when we play the Patriots in a couple of weeks.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that'll be hilarious. Sure. Like, yeah, who smoked it better? For sure. For sure. No contest, but... All right. Well, looking ahead to next week, let's get our Miss Jerry prediction for next week here. By next week, I mean this week, obviously. I don't know what day it is or where I am right now. Okay, go ahead.
So, as we all know, Tampa has not been doing the best. And I kind of feel like Sunday is really a do-or-die situation for them. And it's one of those things where a desperate team is a little scary to play because they kind of don't have anything to lose. So they're going to leave it all out on the field. However, we are in charge of our own destiny at this point, and we also kind of don't have anything to lose because we know that we kind of need to win out to control our own destiny. So I think it's going to be a little bit tougher of a game than what we were expecting because obviously Tampa Bay has not been playing as well. I think they're going to step it up a little bit, but I think that at the end of the day, we're going to see Joe Burrow come out on top. And I think everybody else is going to make the case that this is Tom Brady kind of passing the torch over to Joe. But I don't think they're going to see it that way. But I think everybody else is going to kind of see the kind of shift. So I think Joe is going to come out on top, and he's going to remind us why he is the leader of this team. And it's going to be pretty fun for all of us in the stadium, which is going to be all of Tigress talk. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. Yeah, that's an interesting point. I kind of thought after the way they've been playing, I kind of thought that this game was going to be an easy win. But you're right. They are, we'll get into Kayla's injury report in a little bit, but I think they're kind of banged up on defense. I think, but, now we're kind of banged up on offense. Who's going to play? Who's not going to play? So I feel like it could be kind of a hard fought thing in the beginning. But I think we come out on top in the end. Even if we are losing at halftime, I think we come out with the win in the end, personally. But
Yeah. Lou has got a plan, and if he doesn't have the right plan, he'll get the right plan by the end of the game. So, yeah.
And we're undefeated with all of Tigress Talk in the same stadium at the same time. I'm just saying.
That's true.
It's true. It's true. Rob says, can we get a prediction for Saturday's Ravens at Browns game? Figured Bengals fans need Browns to win more, or am I wrong? You are absolutely correct, Rob. Panthers with the upset over Berg on Sunday. That would be great. But what do you think about that, Jerry? You think the Browns are going to pull it out? You think they're real angry after losing on Sunday? What do you think?
It's hard because I don't want anything good for that organization right now. Even though I know that it will help us immensely. It's Sophie's choice. It's like, my conscience is like, I want nothing good for you. But my football conscience is like, but. So, I don't know. I hope if the Browns win, it has nothing to do with Deshaun Watson being a good quarterback. I hope it's their defense, just making plays, and Chubb being Chubb.
I kind of hope they bench him, and then they just look really stupid for that whole contract. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Oh my god!
Like, I would love to see Jacoby Brissett get be third in the division every year, and just forget about that predator that they have at quarterback.
Yeah.
Christine says, we have to frustrate Tom Brady. He has shown frustration mid-game and plays more this season than in his entire career. Just can't let Brady get the quick slot throws off, freeze their offense, win the game. Yeah, I feel like Tom really hates to be hit, even if it's not a sack, even if it's like a hit afterwards. And I feel like our guys are really good at quarterback hits. They don't always – sometimes the ball's already left their hand, but I really feel like Hubbard and, we're not sure yet if Trey's going to play, but I think our guys can get enough hits on him that he gets really pissed off and starts playing poorly. Because I feel like I watched the playoff game that they were in against, what was it, the Niners? Is that right? Last year? And they were playing well. Was it? Oh, was it? Yeah. Was it the Rams? That's right. Yeah. It was the Rams this year. And they, Donald got to him quite a bit, and then I think they lost in overtime. But they just kind of, he the more hits he takes, I think the worse he plays. So Brady may want to retire after we come through. I think he already wants. I think he's already regretting his decision to not retire. Me personally, I don't know, but Sion Hubbard will eat. His O-line is terrible. Are they really? Oh, I didn't know that.
They're really banged up this year.
Yeah.
I think they've had 2 or 3 really significant injuries to the offensive line, and Tom has always pretty much, I don't want to say been coddled, but he's been very blessed with really good offensive line. So he's not used to getting hit this much, let alone being hit this much at 45 years old. So
I know. Can you imagine getting hit at 45 years old? I cannot.
I can imagine getting hit now.
I know. I think all of my bones in my body would break. Not okay. But, Rob says, any news of the white jerseys coming back? One of our Bengals fans here is trying to invent a white tiger shot. What do you mean coming back? If the players are going to wear them or if they're going to sell them? Because I have no idea. But I know that this uniform schedule is out, if that's what you're talking about. They already did the 2 color rush, so the white helmets.
Yeah.
They've done it twice. Now, I was reading an interesting thing, and this is, again, we're just going completely off the rails tonight, but I read an interesting thing because when I was trying to figure out the uniform rules, they can only do the alternate jerseys 3 times in a year, and some teams elected to do all 3 in the regular season, but I thought it was interesting that the Bengals only chose to do the white tiger helmets and the white tiger whole thing twice. So I think that leaves it open for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So if we get a playoff game with white tiger jerseys, I will lose my mind.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be amazing.
Christine says, I love Fournette, but his ball handling has been off this season. Our guys need to get some hands on the ball when he's running. I feel a Fournette fumble incoming. Ooh, Christine. I hope you placed that bet. I hope that comes true for you. Rob says, I still need the black helmet with orange stripes. Yes, that one is really cool too. Rob says, that cool third white jersey, cool rush thing.
Oh, the
Yeah.
color rush with the
color rush.
black, yeah.
Yeah. They're not scheduled to wear them again this year, but maybe they will in the playoffs, maybe. But their regular season jersey schedule is already out. So, okay, well, let's get to our injury report with Miss Kayla.
Yep, we're unfortunately at the time of year when everybody's hurt, but they're hurt too. So, the good news is both T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd were limited in practice today, so they were out there. So that's good. Osai, Dax Hill, and Trent Taylor also had limited practices today. Trey Hendrickson, Mike Hilton, and Hayden Hurst did not practice. I think we were all anticipating Hendrickson and Hurst. I was a little surprised at Mike Hilton. It would be pretty brutal if he's not out there with depth, but I hope that whatever is going on, whatever he needs is what happens, but we would miss him if he's not out there. And then Joe Burrow was on the practice report, injury report with an elbow injury, but he practiced in full. So that's just something to keep a little eye on.
Don't love that.
Yeah, the big ones for the Bucs are Tristan Wirfs and Vita Vea. They both did not practice, and I don't think either of them are anticipated to play. So
interesting. Tristan Wirfs was who Osai beat out for the sack in that pregame. I remember because I couldn't say his name right. Yeah. Oh, Meg's here. She says, I'm so tired for all the work I've been doing, but I just wanted to drop by and say hi. Hi, Meg. Thanks for being here. Thank you. I love you. And hope you get some good rest. So, okay. Arts and crafts, anybody? I'm wearing my new black-owned hat. I picked up some of my stuff that I ordered. I picked up our jackets, our joggers. I saw this hat in the store and I bought it. And my tracksuit is supposed to come the week of Christmas. So I'm very excited for that as well. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you check out all the awesome stuff that Black Owned has this year. Stripes Don't Come Easy is their line, Bengals line, and they are available in the pro shop, which was so cool, but they were selling out quickly in the pro shop. I actually took a photo for our friend Means because the one rack was completely empty already after the game. So, but they do have a store downtown. You can buy online, and yeah, Means Cameron is the owner of that, and he is such a good dude. He absolutely is. So we love supporting our friends and their business ventures. So make sure that you are checking them out. But you guys have anything for arts and crafts?
I don't think I do this week.
Nothing today? Mm-mm. Oh, also, Jerry, did my pants arrive today?
Not today. I
Okay.
think they'll probably get here tomorrow, though. Our Amazon is like really far from our house, so it takes like at least 2 days.
Gotcha. Okay, so my pants have been, I had them sent to Jerry's house because I'm actually flying to Florida tomorrow. And if you're going to Tampa and you haven't heard the news yet, there are no clear bags allowed, which to me seems like, I don't even know what, like a third world country. I don't know. Like, how is this possible? How is this going to happen? Where am I supposed to put my ID token? Okay, like what is happening? So I bought these pants off of Amazon, and I did post about them on Twitter, but they have like 100 pockets. And then I found out that another woman actually bought them and wore them to the game this year already. So they've already been tested. So I was a little nervous about them. The reviews were a little mixed, but now I know someone that has worn them and swears by them. So I'm gonna have all my pockets full of stuff. I got my cough drops and my lipstick and my ibuprofen and my backup battery and everything else that I schlep with me to the games. It's probably way more stuff than I really need, but I definitely need some ibuprofen. I mean, come on. I'm old. I can't be yelling like that.
Yeah, they only let you bring in a clutch, and I have brought my little Bengals clutch, like Judy and Burke Bengals clutch, into that stadium. I want to say at least 4 times with no issue.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you
because
have, like,
it does not meet the size requirements. I measured it.
I measured mine too, but I've been there, like I said, at least 3 or 4 times for a couple of games that I got the tickets for free, and I still wore my Bengals stuff, and like a Taylor Swift concert. So
okay.
And every time I've gotten in. So
well, that's good to know,
Well,
because
it's
they
a
would
small
not let
little
me in
clutch.
Vegas with that clutch. And it
Really?
blew my mind because, okay, apparently, you know how like when you go to airports and like some airports are like cool with security and some airports are absolutely not cool with security.
Yeah.
It's the same way at NFL stadiums. Some places will really stick to that measurement online. And honestly, if you've ever measured it out, it's literally like this big. Like it's like the size of an index card, like smaller than the size of an index card. So it's absolutely insane. And that clutch is at least a good, couple of inches on each side bigger than what they say the size limit is. So I actually bought the little wallet on a chain, the little Coach one that's the tiger stripe one. I actually bought that this year, and that's what I carry for my clutch or whatever. And that's like, it's so small, I can't fit anything else in it. So
Yeah.
that's good to know. Good advice about the clutch. Maybe they're not super strict on that since they don't allow clear bag. Like, why would you not allow a clear bag? Like, what is the point? I don't get it.
I
Like,
feel
why
like
does the NFL even make rules
Florida's-
if other stadiums are going to make own rules?
Yeah.
Florida's special.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I think that's about it. Oh, Rob says Burrow has jumped up to 3rd place in Pro Bowl voting.
Ooh.
Oh my God, I cannot say Pro Bowl voting. Some fans answered the call, I see. All right, Rob, that's awesome to know. The fact that they're more strict than MetLife for Jersey is actually wild. Yeah. So apparently I've heard that there are a few stadiums like this that don't allow clear bags. And this is my first time seeing one that does not allow a clear bag. Sorry, that was a typo. Christine, I thought you were answering Rob here. Some fans answered the call, I see. We answered the call.
That's what I thought.
I liked it. I thought it's a perfect typo. All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for watching live. Thank you, everybody watching after the fact. Make sure you are subscribing. Hit that thumbs up button, like our friend Bengal Boomer. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. We are giving away that beautiful Von Bell jersey. It is signed. It is game worn. It has a captain's patch on it. It is beautiful. It could be yours. We are giving that away to a lucky subscriber when we hit 1,000. And yeah, I think that's it. Hooday, everybody, and we will see you in Florida.
Hooray.
Hooday.
Hooday.